Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. I have a bloody brilliant episode for you today. Very, very rarely do I do the same episode um, as the same episode in the newsletter as I do in the podcast because I like to keep it different. However, today I think it's so good that if I was reading or listening to a podcast, then I'd want to know. So it's all about my revenue growth over the years at Willerby, and it is phenomenal. It just shows you how good self-storage is. It doesn't get you rich quick, but it gets you wealthy long term. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm wealthy long term because all I do is open up more self-storages, take on more debt, and then have to fulfill the debt. Honestly, I am repaying loans around about £80,000 a month. I should you not. I shit you not. I shit you not. And so that means I'm going to make 960 even before. So even saying that, I'm like, ugh. And so yes, self storage is very, very good. But for Wallies like me who just expand, 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 and by the way, we're at heads of terms with our new site as well. I'm hoping to be able to tell you all about it before Christmas as well. It is wonderful, but it's going to cost a lot of money. So yes, self storage is great, but I always feel like I need to tell everybody that listen, I'm not saying because the business is officially doing well. I don't want everyone to think, oh yeah, he must be drowning in cash because that, my friends, is not the case whatsoever. It is literally reinvesting in the business for growth and growth and growth and growth. And the guys at Now Self Storage of I remember a conversation I had with them. Oh, it must be 6 months ago, and they made me feel better. I said, "Don't worry, Dean. One day the debt gets easier." I'm holding on to that, you guys. Right. So, before I get into that, the course, as you know, I'm going to go hard next year on selling the course. I want to sell 300 copies of the course. I want to make £1 million. Big numbers, I know. I feel like geek saying it all. But then I'm going to reinvest all that into self storage to make sure we can double our unit sizes. And then in 2026, whether I do the course or not, I don't know. But we've got a Black Friday deal. If for my waiting list today, it's available for 24 hours up until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you're not on my waiting list and you do want to be a member, it's a Black Friday special. This price will never, ever, ever be the same again. And by the way, if you have bought the course before, don't worry, it's not discounted. It just means that we're holding the price. And when we go live again in January, it will be more. I don't quite know how much more, but I can absolutely guarantee you that it's going to be at least £500 more, at least. I've got different mentors saying, Dean, the course should be 5,000, 6,000, and then I've got me in my head thinking, I can't charge people 5,000. But then they're saying, well, could it change people's lives? Yes. And so at the minute, the course is 2.5 grand. There's payment options, and I'm holding that price for 24 hours, and that's it. It is gone forever at that price. And so if you don't want to get into it, there's going to be no hard sales or anything like that. I bloody hate it. It's deanbooty@icloud.com, deanbooty@icloud.com. I will send you an email inviting you to join a special link and you can sign up. And like I say, it's available until 10 a.m. Saturday. I'm hoping to sell 10 courses because then I can buy more containers. That's how we roll. So it'd be awesome to sell 10, yeah, a cool 25 grand, and then I can buy more containers and don't have to take debt on for it. Anyway, let's get into this message. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter, mrselfstorage.com. It is awesome. We're getting already, yesterday's email already has got a 58% open rate. That is unheard of for daily newsletters. I'm going to say it again, unheard of. So thank you so much for opening the newsletter. I really, really massively appreciate that for me is just all the payment I need because I'm thinking, oh my God, people are liking this because you don't get them. The average open rate is below 20% now for email newsletters, and it goes down for daily newsletters as well. So I massively appreciate you guys. Right. So let's get on to my revenue growth. And the only difference is that from what's in the newsletter is I explain a little bit more about it. Right. So we opened in October 2016. So the first 12 months, right, October 2016 to September 2017, we took 131,176. Now I'm going to round up and down all the time. So 131,000. That's what we took. Now it's interesting to compare that to Mansfield. This is bigger than Mansfield. But Mansfield has still took a lot more because that was in 2006. This is in 2024. I know so much more, and the revenue is um, is a testament to that. That's the word. Is a testament to that. I can see how the trajectory we've grown from Willerby to Mansfield, and how much difference that I know. So I'm really, really proud about that it has grown, and that when we open the site now, we can take more cash than this. 2017 to 2018, remember, it's October to September, we took 323,000. That's an increase of 146% in the second year. So obviously, I was over the moon in that. October 2018 to September 2019, we took 409,150. So it went from 323 to 409, back to 27% increase. Now, here's where the figures get distorted, because I don't want you guys to think, oh, yeah, year 3 to 4, I can increase by this amount. It is not the case at all. No, don't get distorted yet. It gets distorted the year after. October 2019, you know what 2019 is, don't you? CV 19. October 2019 to September 2020, the revenue was 457,000. That's a nice steady increase of 12%. Now, if we only increase by 12%, I'd be absolutely devastated for a fairly new site. What is it? Is that year 1, the second year, third year? So that's the 4th year. If we only increase in our 4th year by 12%, I'd be looking at myself and thinking, what the hell are you playing at, you absolute donut? I think we can, year 4, 3 to 4, you should be increasing more than that. So, yeah, again, you live, you learn. It's the first major indoor site we had, and so we definitely live and learn. October 2020 to September 2021. Remember, in the previous year, we took 457,000. Get this, we took £743,000. That's an increase of 63%. I really do think this is where my revenue management really came into the forefront, because as soon as I knew, and people aren't going to agree on this at all, but we live in a capitalist society, and I want to make money. I want to be able to provide for my family. I want to be able to look after my staff. I want to pay my bills, and it's supply and demand. And so when I realized during COVID that we was just about full and we was charging so much, then I had to increase the prices. I had to increase the price of current customers. I had to increase the price of people coming in, because people just wanted self-storage. It was the start of a boom. And luckily for us, I could see that trend going up for self-storage. And we jumped on that trend pretty early on. And so I knew that there was going to be a shortage of self-storage. And we had to do the shop fit really quickly for the extra fees, etc. But we increased the revenue to 743,000. That's a 63% increase. Now, the question was next year, could we maintain that? Because that's a 63% increase. Obviously, COVID, they don't call it a COVID bump for no reason, a COVID bump. So you have a high point and then you go down. It's a bump. It's an up and down. And so we thought, how do we maintain it? So we worked really, really hard to try and maintain it. So our revenue was 743,000 in the previous year. In October 2021 to September 2022, the revenue increased to £876,000. That was an increase of 18%. Again, I didn't think we could maintain it at all. I thought, right, that is the end of COVID now. We are going to see a decline. But how much decline? Are we going to decline back to the £500,000-ish revenue mark? Well, no, we didn't. We did decrease. We didn't increase the revenue. We did see a revert back to the norm. In October 2022 to September 2023, our revenue was £867,000, £868,000 for argument's sake. So we did decrease, but we didn't decrease by much. The revenue decrease was only 1%, and it went down 12 grand. So it went down 12 grand. Public mass, is that right? 68. Yeah, 8 grand. So it won't, yeah, 8 grand, sorry. Yeah, it won't, I couldn't see the figures, all right. It wasn't a bad decrease. I was over the moon, but stabilization. So the next couple of years, I was looking for stabilization. So October 2023 to September 2024, I remember putting these figures out last year. And I remember Ben Holmes saying to me, messaging me privately and goes, Dean, now's the time to come in £1 million a year club. I'm like, Yeah, Ben. Yeah, you're right. Well, back in my mind, I was thinking, ah, I'd be happy just maintaining. And we didn't maintain, but we did better than maintaining, but we didn't get in the £1 million a year group. So Ben, I'm sorry, mate. I'll let you down. However, we did, we did, we did increase, and we didn't increase that much. But like I said, I was over the moon just to be stable. This next year is when I want to get to the £1 million a year group. Right. So October 2023 to September 2024, we increased 6%. So we increased 6% and it went to £924,000. So we went from £868,000 to £924,000. So we saw a 6% increase. So this next year, and I think we'll do it, by the way, I want to increase to £1 million. I want to get to that £1 million a year mark. I always remember reading about Doncaster, Ready Steady Store, really nice site in Doncaster, really, really beautiful site on the main road. I remember them taking over and them getting to £1 million a year a few years ago. And I was like, that is the holy grail for a self-storage. There's not many sites in the north of England that can get to £1 million a year revenue. And I'll be over the moon if we can do. So what year is it? So uh year one, year two, year three, year four, year five, year six, year seven, year eight. So in year nine, that's when I want to be at the £1 million a year mark. I think we'll do it. We on the monthly recurring revenue, we do hit it when it's 31 days in the month. We don't hit it when it's 30 days in the month. So we're over it just when there's 31 days, and we're under it just when there's 30 days in the month. So as long as we maintain this over winter, then we should have a little bit of a bump over the summer. And so we should hit it. Right, my son wants to play table tennis with me, so I'm going to holler and go. Don't forget, email me, deanbooty@icloud.com. I teach everything I know in self-storage in the course, and I think it is way, 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 way too cheap. I'm not going to do any sales tactics or anything. The price is 2495. There's a 3 monthly, there's a 3-time payment as well option there, and it won't be offered at this price in January when we resell it. Okay, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you, and I will be seeing you on Monday morning when we've got a surprise holiday for the kids. So hopefully I can record. You can imagine where we go. Oh, hopefully you can work out where we're going. It is the winter time. It is Father Christmas. It is cold where we're going. So I'm really, 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 really excited. So I can't wait. All right, my friends. Hopefully I get to do these podcasts. I don't know if I'm going to get to do one on Monday because we do fly. I might be able to record it Sunday night because we go to the airport. But I'll try to make sure I do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even if I can't record it today or over the weekend. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll be seeing you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. And don't forget self storage rules. And I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.